Mamata Banerjee today said Sourav Ganguly has been deprived of his post as Indian Cricket Board chairperson and appealed to Prime Minister Modi to compensate him by sending him to the ICC or the International Cricket Council. Ganguly had been unfairly left out is what the Bengal Chief Minister said, calling it bad and sad. He's been deprived. Why is he being deprived? What is his fault? Everybody knows it. All the countries, the world, we are proud of him. We'll bring in our panel in a moment. A quick look at this report. All right, we'll come to that report in just a moment from now, but let me just introduce our panel this evening. I'm joined by Mihir Bose, Professor Saugata Roy of the Trinamool Congress, Bhaskar Ghosh of the BJP, Gautam Bhattacharya, a senior sports journalist, Professor Debraj Mukherjee do Rakesh Rao. Thank you all very much for being with us. Professor Roy, does Mamata Banerjee have a shred of evidence that, do you personally believe that there was an effort to bring Sourav Ganguly into the BJP? He said no, and that's why he's suffering now.
That is the feeling people have. That is the conjecture made by people. But the fact is that the courts allowed the President and Secretary of the BCCI to have another term.
Yes.
One office bearer, Joy Shah, is set to become secretary again. But for Sourav Ganguly, that support was not available. It seemed that there was a plan to keep him out of the BCCI. That's why Mamata Banerjee has called the whole matter bad and sad. Sourav Ganguly has been India Test captain, and he is an icon in Bengal, extremely popular. In Bengal, not only in Bengal but all over the country. So Mamata Banerjee wants the Prime Minister to intervene to see that Sourav Ganguly can go to the International Cricket Council as one of the members so that he has a chance of becoming president of the International Cricket Council.
Okay. Bhaskar Ghosh, would you... I get that, sir. Let me just go across to my panelists. Bhaskar Ghosh, to the central allegation that this is some sort of vendetta against Ganguly. It's being done because he didn't accept an offer by the BJP. Firstly, did the BJP give him some sort of offer to contest elections or be part of the party?
It is quite unfortunate that a learned person like Professor Saugata Roy is also engaged into petty politics in the field of sports, arena of sports. First of all, let me tell you one thing. Sourav Ganguly, by rotations, he was given enough chance to be the BCCI president, and later on, as the other members has to support him. So others member doesn't support him, then of course.
No, but Mr. Ghosh, that's not my question. My question is, did the BJP reach out to Sourav Ganguly to get him to contest in the elections or to join the party? Yes or no?
First of all, BJP never officially reached out to Sourav Ganguly.
Did they reach out to him unofficially, sir?
So now, even you see that the entire media, entire world, entire Bengal has seen that Honorable the Home Minister along with the BJP leaders has went to have just a courtesy meeting in the Sourav Ganguly's house. But that is nothing. That time also the media has, they have explored the idea.
Sir, I'm not asking about how it's been reported in the media. I'm asking you as a person from the media, was there an official or unofficial effort made by the BJP to bring in Sourav Ganguly to the party?
No, yes, not at all. Not at all. Okay. Let me tell you, not at all. There was a courtesy meeting, and because that time the Honorable Home Minister was visiting Kolkata, and he is, as Professor Roy has told, that he is icon.
All right, no effort being brought in.
Once again, let me finish. Then if he's an icon, then why they are not appointing him or selecting him as the brand ambassador of West Bengal?
All right, so that's a larger point, and we'll discuss that. Let's focus on Ganguly.
Blame on the BJP.
I'm not sure the Ganguly versus Shah Rukh Khan for icon of Bengal argument actually is necessarily cogent over here. But I'll come back to you in a moment. Mihir Bose, is this an open secret that Ganguly was shunted out of his post as BCCI president?
Well, I think what is distressing about all this is that the way cricket has become politicized in India. I mean, this is a development that has taken place in the last few years. Cricket was never political. In fact, what is distressing is that India has gone down the route of Pakistan, where the Pakistan president is the head of Pakistan cricket and so on. And this is the inevitable result of cricket being heavily politicized. I don't know the inner workings of what took place between Sourav Ganguly and the BJP, whether he was whether they tried to induct him into the party or not. But the Prime Minister of India should have no role to play in whether who the Indian nominee for the ICC is, because I think this is giving a very, very bad image to the world. India is the biggest power in cricket in the world. India runs world cricket, and the idea that the Indian Prime Minister should have a role in it is not something that India should project.
Gautam Bhattacharya, with Mamata Banerjee making the statement saying that Sourav Ganguly shouldn't be the victim of politics, isn't she politicizing this entire issue herself?
Yes, unfortunately, Sourav, it seems, that has now got caught in this crossfire. There is definitely a political tinge to it. See, what used to happen with Sourav was during his playing days, I mean, even if he was dropped, I mean, that was in a different context. You would see these effigies being burnt and no Sourav, no taste kind of thing. But now it's a different scenario. And in the context of what has happened, I doubt that this is going to help Sourav's cause if he harbors his ICC ambitions at this point. Maybe later, yes.
Debraj Mukherjee, isn't it an open secret that Sourav Ganguly is somebody that both the Trinamool Congress and the BJP have vied for, because he has enormous stake in Bengal. He's immensely popular, and therefore he has always been somebody that both parties have wanted, and he's evidently said no to both, at least so far.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, when Mamata Banerjee indicates in her statement somewhere that please understand that Sourav is not political, in the sense that he doesn't want to take the political plunge. So that should not be his decision to join or not to join should not be should not sort of prevent his chances of becoming a cricket administrator. So she's trying to suggest that don't impose a quid pro quo on Sourav. But it's clearly, it's very clear. And look, Sourav Ganguly is really, he's an icon in Bengal. And not just as a cricketer, but as a successful Bengali, as a standout personality, as someone who's done TV shows, who's sort of very popular face in Bengal. So Sourav is somebody that political parties who are starved of a real face. I mean, apart from Mamata Banerjee in the Trinamool Congress, and perhaps nobody in the BJP has a persona like Sourav Ganguly in Bengal, and he has that status that political parties would naturally vie for and seek to co-opt. But then, so far, it doesn't seem Sourav is particularly enamored of a political role, and he's tried in his way to stay out of it, and yet sort of, it's like thrice he was offered the crown and thrice he refused. I think he sort of treaded a very, very delicate path, and I think somehow that's kind of unraveled for him now. So I think he was expected to take the next step, which he's unwilling to take, and therefore he's kind of sort of been left out of the equation. Frankly speaking, I don't think it's any political party can sort of afford to sideline Sourav, the kind of image he has in Bengal, vis-a-vis Bengal politics. So I don't know how this is going to unravel going forward. Some kind of accommodation, I think, will be made by one of the parties.
Right.
But I think it's a story that hasn't fully played out, into my mind.
I think it'll play out if Ganguly says something, but I don't think he's probably decided at this stage that he shouldn't. Rakesh Rao, isn't it ultimately really sad that one of Indian cricket's finest sons, finds himself in the middle of this huge political battle between the Congress, between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress, and that's the last thing that you want, the politicization of our cricket heroes.
Absolutely. For me, for all you know, Saurav Ganguly doesn't care a damn. I mean, whether A is saying something or B is saying, he knows where he stood in the BCCI, what he wanted to achieve, what he couldn't achieve without any support. So he knows where he is, and let the politicians make their statements, gain whatever that they want to gain out of it. But I, for one, I mean, I've seen him and I've interacted with him for more than 25 years. Knowing the man, he knows exactly what he's doing. And trust me, he'll be a happier man in the CAB than he has been since 2019, ever since he became the BCCI head. And also, let's respect what he's doing. I mean, we all are trying to look at him like a victim. As long as he had the support, he walked it. He was preferred ahead of Brijesh Patel, who was a senior. But in 2019, what happened? We forgot because our span of memory is so short. Yep. Today, he has been sidelined for reasons best known to people who have supported him then. But at the same time, don't feel sorry for Saurav. Don't cry for Saurav. Saurav knows what he's doing. And trust me, if he hasn't got into the ICC, it is for a reason. Number one, when he was offered the IPL chairmanship, he didn't take it, which was quite obvious because that is like stepping down. But then Saurav has his pride. Saurav knows what he's doing. And I completely agree with Mihirda when he says that don't get politics into this, and to appeal to, I mean, a chief minister making an appeal to the prime minister of this country to get one man into the ICC. I mean, I don't even want to use a strong word here, but I'm very sorry that we have come to this state where, after all, it's a sports federation. It is just it is like in India, you have more than 30 sports federations.
Yeah.
Would you have included anybody else? And, just to come back to BCCI again, when Anil Kumble was sidelined, when he was so unceremoniously asked to leave the post of India's coach, did anybody step in and say, no, please retain this man because he's a man of integrity? Ravi Shastri replaced him, not a word was spoken. Right. And if you still go and read Anil Kumble's resignation, note, what a beautifully worded note that was. I mean, that exposed the BCCI, the way people work. So I maintain that, Saurav knows what he's doing. He doesn't need anybody's support. And trust me, he'll be a happier man in CAB.
All right. Well, thanks very much for all of you sharing those details with us. We're running out of time on this program. But as we leave you, let's just take a listen to what Mamata Banerjee said in this report.
A day ahead of the BCCI annual general meeting comes Mamata Banerjee's appeal for Saurav Ganguly.
My humble regards to the Prime Minister. Please take care that Saurav must be allowed to contest the ICC election. He's been deprived. Why he has been deprived? What is his fault?
The West Bengal Chief Minister on Monday expressed her shock at Saurav Ganguly not getting re-nominated for the post of BCCI President, but Jai Shah being allowed a second term as Secretary. The TMC had earlier registered a strong protest against Ganguly's removal. They had alleged that the former India skipper was paying the price for saying no to joining the BJP. Meanwhile, Bengal's leader of opposition and BJP leader Shubhendu Adhikari countered the attack by Mamata Banerjee.
ममता जी पहले सौरभ गांगुली को बंगाल का ब्रांड एम्बेसडर डिक्लेयर कीजिए, शाहरुख खान का हटाइए। बंगाल का ब्रांड एम्बेसडर कौन है? शाहरुख खान क्यों रहेगी? वहाँ सौरभ गांगुली को होना चाहिए। पहले करने बोलिए, पॉलिटिक्स ज्यादा मत करने बोलिए।
हमारे हिंदुस्तान की क्रिकेट की दुनिया में एक बड़ा सितारे के नाम होते हैं सौरभ गांगुली। उनको पद से हटाए गए, उनको गरिमा को खत्म किए गए और उनसे बदसलूकी करते हुए ये घोर अन्याय किए गए हैं।
Political power plays have always been witnessed in BCCI. It has been widely reported that Amit Shah met the BCCI top brass, including Ganguly, on 6th October at his house in New Delhi, during which Ganguly's exit route was charted. So is Mamata Banerjee responding to the BJP's influence on the BCCI? Her requests, however, are unlikely to be heard. But with Saurav Ganguly, the king of comebacks, announcing that he will contest the election for the president of the Cricket Association of Bengal, he still has his chance to get back into cricket administration. With Rika Roy in New Delhi and camera person Anuruddha Tripathi in Kolkata, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.